Hello again. This is Eco, the Wandering Love Mystic, and welcome back to the second chapter of Ignite Love. I'm looking forward to continuing reading this for you guys. Chapter 2 is written by Alex Jarvis, and the name of the chapter is Love is Love is Love, which I love the title, and I've actually considered getting my wrists tattooed with that particular phrase, love is love is love. During last summer, I actually had hinted, henna, that's it, henna put around the wrists so I could actually see how that looked before I committed to anything really long-term and permanent with that. So, Alex Jarvis, the quote for this chapter is, "The beauty of life is to love and to be loved, so let love in. My desire is to provide you insight into each different type of love in Greek mythology, so you may begin or expand upon your journey to awakening the love in your own life." Love. Ah, they say it makes the world go round, but does it? Does it always make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Or does it sometimes cause us problems in our relationships? Well, the answer is both. We have all had our share of relationship problems, especially romantic ones. And when people say to me, relationships are hard, I always reply, no, not necessarily. They are not inherently hard. It's the people who make them hard. Humans are inherently self-oriented. We all want to win. We want to get to other people to understand what we want and to give it to us. One key to healthy relationships is understanding everyone gives and receives love differently. We all have our own ways in which love resonates within us. We tend to give love to others in the same way, regardless of how the receiver of our love needs to receive it. Though forms of love are driven by affection and attachment, each of them is distinct. In society today, we are awakening to defining different types of love. Our view has expanded. The ancient Greeks seem to understand these concepts well, and there are 8 words in the Greek language that describe love in all of its nuanced forms. With any luck, you'll be able to experience each form in your lifetime if you haven't already. The ancient Greeks studied everything from public speaking to the stars in the universe, and they studied love extensively, classifying it into 8 different types. Let's take a look at the different versions of love that so fascinated the Greek philosophers, so you can better understand and be fascinated by your own relationship in turn. Agape, unconditional love. Agape doesn't love somebody because they're worthy. Agape makes them worthy by the strength and power of its love. Agape doesn't love somebody because they're beautiful. Agape loves in such a way that it makes them beautiful. Rob Bell. First, we have agape love. Agape is the Greco-Christian term referring to an altruistic, selfless, unconditional love. The Greeks thought that it was quite radical, perhaps because so few people seemed capable of feeling it long term. Some people would describe agape as a type of spiritual love. For instance, Christians believe that Jesus exhibited this kind of love for all humans. He suffered for the happiness of others. You don't have to suffer just to show love, by the way. Agape is all giving love, not only concerned with the self, but with a partner or with the people needing compassion. It is said to be relatively rare, the highest form of love, charity, and the love of God for man and of man for God. The concept of agape has been widely examined within its Christian context. Our world has many definitions of love, but we most commonly think about love in a romantic sense. What if love, true love, meant more than romance? What if there was deeper, richer, more full expression of love that could only be found in God or the universe? Agape love is love at the highest level. It's so much more than we ever could dream or imagine. Eros, romantic love. Eros will have naked bodies, friendship, naked personalities. C.S. Lewis. Eros is the name of the god of love, the son of Aphrodite, and he represents romantic love in Greek mythology. And in ancient Greek actually translates to desire. Eros can be creative, a sexual yearning, love, or desire. The new playful Eros means that impulses and modes from other spheres enter other relationships between men and women. Eros is a romantic and passionate. In this type of relationship, love is life's most important thing. It's usually associated with romantic, passionate, and physical love. It's an embodied expression of sexual wanting and desire. The Greeks were actually quite fearful of this love, strangely enough. They thought that because human beings have an instinctual impulse to procreate, this love was so powerful that it would result in a loss of control. Although the Greeks regarded Eros as dangerous, it is still the kind of love that is associated with passion and sex. In modern days, some people believe that this kind of love burns hot and bright, but it burns out fast. In the early stages of courtship, where everything is crazy hot and you can't get enough of each other, Eros can and does persist throughout the life cycle of relationship if it's nurtured. Eros is passion, lust, pleasure. It's an appreciation for one's physical being or beauty and is driven by attraction and sexual longing. It describes desire and obsession. It is most similar to what we think of as romantic, passionate love between life partners. And in my own experience and trainings, the romantic type of love that's being referred to here is part of that chemical cocktail that happens when we first fall in love. And with that, it is a combination of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and adrenaline that gives us this happy, lovey-dovey feeling, which is biologically designed to bring us together to procreate, to actually help the human race continue on. And it does go and wear off between about 2 to 3 months up to 2 years. If you ever want to go and find out where a person's love drug kind of drops off, you can ask them how long does their average relationship last. Usually around that point is where that love drug ends up drying up, and people think, oh, they change, there's something different, I'm just not feeling that kind of attraction anymore. It's more like you actually got sober from the love drugs. It's okay, it's natural, it happens. And yes, it can be sustained, it can be rejuvenated. So it is something that it is not just there and gone and lost forever. It can be returned. All right, back to the book. Next kind of love, Philia, affectionate love. Love is what you've been through with somebody, James Thurber. The Greeks defined philia as affectionate love, the love you feel for your friends, often referred to as platonic love, love without sexual acts. Ironically, the ancient Greeks thought this kind of love was better than eros, sexual love, because it represented love between people who consider themselves equals. While a lot of people associate the word love with romance, Plato always argued that physical attraction wasn't necessary for love, and that a great respect and admiration for the inner world of the person was, in fact, love unencumbered by Eros. Philia is characterized by intimacy, knowing, and soul-to-soul bonds. It's encouraging, kind, and authentic. The stuff from which great friendship is made, whether it's platonic or romantic. The love is based in goodwill or wanting what's best for the other person. Philia is a connection akin to that of soulmates, one part destiny, another part choice. Next, we have Philia Love. Be easy, take your time, you're coming home to yourself. Nayara Wahid. Philia, the concept of self-love and loving oneself. It's hardly new. The ancient Greeks attributed a deeper meaning to the world. For them, it encompasses two concepts. The first is that healthy, care-based love grounded in compassion. This can look like small rewards or gifts, like buying yourself a new book as a gift for completing a big work project, or can look like self-care, pleasurable indulgences to relax and take care of your body. The other concept of philia is one rooted in ego. It can be pleasure and fame-seeking, or highly concerned with status. It can even be the foundation of narcissism. Philia is not negative or unhealthy in any way. In fact, it's necessary if we are to give and receive love from other people. We cannot give to others what we don't give to ourselves. Another way to look at self-love is by thinking about it as self-compassion. Just as you might show affection, love, and compassion to another person, you should also show it to yourself. Another thing I'll add in here is something that I have found in love and relationships is that I can only love someone else to the level and depth that I love myself first and foremost. And I can only feel loved by someone else to the level and depth that I love myself first and foremost. Because if they're trying to love me more than what I am able to go and love for myself, I just have it not be absorbed. I can't let it in. I don't have a big enough container. It's kind of like trying to pour too much tea into a teacup. It begins to overflow, even though there's more than enough tea coming in. And even if I'm feeling that I'm not feeling loved or appreciated, if I don't have a big enough container and I haven't done my work and self-love, then I'm not able to let in the love of anyone else either. So it's important to love thyself. Let's see. Story. Familial love. Love is a chain whereby to bind a child to its parents. Abraham Lincoln. Storge is the protective kinship-based love where you likely experience with family members. You might love your sister, even if you don't like her, for instance, and you might love your dad, despite the mistakes he made raising you. Storge is driven by familiarity and need. It is sometimes thought as a one-way love. For instance, consider a mother loving her baby before the baby is aware enough to love her back, or even before the baby is born. Storge can also describe a sense of patriotism towards a country or allegiance to the same team. Storge is a slow developing friendship-based love. People with this type of love like to participate in activities together. Storge can be defined as familiar love. Although that's a strange term, this type of love feels a lot like philia, affectionate love felt between friends. However, this love is more like a parent-child love with a strong bond, kinship, and familiarity between people. Next is Pragma, enduring love. Two souls, but a single thought, two hearts that beat as one. John Keats. Pragma is a pragmatic, practical, mutual beneficial relationship. It may be somewhat unromantic and is sometimes described as a shopping love list because a partner is selected on the basis of a series of traits or requirements. The ancient Greeks defined pragma as enduring love, almost the opposite of eros, sexual love, which tends to burn out quickly because of its passion and intensity. Pragma is a love that matures and develops over a long period of time. It's the kind of old married couples who've been together since their teenage years and still hold hands. Well, that's a great example of pragma. This kind of love is rare and precious. It's filled with a great amount of connectedness. This form of love appreciates the magnificence and beauty of the partner you are with, and the ones involved work consistently at supporting and growing their love every single day. After years of joyfulness, it is effortless, with both people making allowances and each person putting a loving effort into embracing the other person's happiness. Next is Ludos. Ludos? Playful love. Each of us is a lake of love, yet strangely enough, we are all thirsty. Anon. Probably short for anonymous. Ludos is known as the playful love. It describes the situation of having a crush and acting on it. It's rooted in having fun. Ludos is definitely the love you're experiencing with a fling. Casual, sexual, exciting, and zero implications of obligation. In the ancient Greek word, I can't even pronounce that, it's a toying and flirtatious expression of love. It's full of games and teasing. It's a flirty, playful, and can be uncommitted. A person who pursues a Lotus love may have been conquests, but remains unattached. May have many conquests, but remained unattached. Some may say that a better way to describe it is the feeling of infatuation in the early days of romance. If you've had a crush before, you know what I'm talking about. It's the butterflies in your stomach, the giddiness you feel when you see your love walking through the door, and the feeling of never wanting to be without them. Studies show that when people are experiencing this type of love, the brain is lit up and active just like someone who's literally high on drugs. Lotus makes you feel alive and excited about life. Okay. I may have been mistaken before, and perhaps it's more of this Ludus, Ludus, that is more like the chemical cocktail high that I was speaking about earlier when I thought I was applying to Eros. Well, I get to learn along here too, and thank you for bearing with me. All right. Next is Mania, obsessive love. Present over perfect, quality over quantity, relationship over rushing, people over pressure, meaning over mania, the free woman. Mania is not necessarily a good type of love. It is obsessive or possessive love and can be extreme. It's the type of love that can lead someone into madness, jealousy, or even anger. A person in love this way is likely to do something crazy or silly, such as stalking. This is because the balance between Eros, sexual, and Ludus, playful, is terribly off. Many people who experience this type of love suffer from low self-esteem. They fear losing the object of their love, and it compels them to do things in order to keep them. If not kept under control, mania can be very destructive. The one of the things that comes to my mind with that is the Japanese characterization of the yandere, the one who is like so obsessed with their love interest that they will kill others, or possibly even kill their love interest just to be able to have their love. Yeah, please avoid killing other people to try to go and be close to the one you love. It doesn't work out that well in real life. Love is love is love. Ask yourself how these loves appear and feel in your life. With that awareness, you can expand your life by noticing how these loves surround you. Play with them, immerse yourself in them, and share them to enrich your life and those around you. Love is love is love. So love yourself first and then full out. Here are the Ignite action steps. The action steps, yay. The process of loving begins with knowing who you are. No matter what type of love relationship you're hoping to create, you must begin with the self. I agree with that. Write your intentions for what you desire in all the relationships around you. It took many years for me to figure out how to create love and receive love, but not a day goes by that I am not grateful for the love in my life. Love of myself and honoring myself was my first step. It doesn't have to take you long at all. Follow your desire to your dream love relationships. After you've clarified what you want, it's time to flow your energy toward that dream. That's why taking a look at your beliefs is so important. Have fun with this. Think of many action steps to create love in all areas of your life. Live life as if you are in love. Sing, smile, come from a space of love. Show up in the energetic space of love. Spread love wherever you go. Create a positive connection with as many people as possible. Offer to help someone in need. Use your voice. Speak out. Have eye contact with your community and create a loving environment. I'm learning how to have better eye contact as I make these videos, and thank you for bearing with me in the times that I look away. I'm here with you. Thank you for being here with me. I love me. Learn how to connect to yourself. Love yourself. Be compassionate towards yourself. Start looking for love with real intention. Gain a clear sense of what you would like to experience. Look inward and look at yourself in a new and deeper way. One thing that I have done with a number of my clients in helping them to love themselves, and a practice I will also invite you to go and do as well, is go up to a mirror, look yourself straight in the eyes, and say to yourself, I love you and I accept you just as you are right now. And as you continue to look yourself in the eyes, take a deep breath. Let that in. And sit and be with it. You keep doing that often enough, and it may take a while depending upon your relationship to yourself. You will get to a point where you can say to you, I love you and I accept you just as you are right now. And you'll believe you. And that's a wonderful place to be. Oh. Make a decision that you want to find love with real intention. Be committed to the process of releasing the old and making room for the new. Form a deeper, more profound, and more accepting connection with yourself. Be happy and confident as you will attract love with people who are aligned to your vibrational state. Ask yourself about your needs and desires in your quest to find romantic partnership. What 5 to 10 words would you use to describe what you really want in a partner? What personality traits attract love but are also helping to bring out the very best in you? How do you want to be treated by a partner? When looking for love, what are the behaviors that you will simply never tolerate? What are your deepest, most heartfelt passions in life? What do you consider to be your life's mission? What sort of partners can be a teammate on the road to achieving this goal? Wonderful question. Probably wonders, should I actually go through on video and actually answer those questions, as I am looking for new love in my life? Could be an interesting exercise. If you'd be interested in that, let me know in the comments. Make time for self-care. Connect and tune into your own needs. When you make a habit of this, you're much more able to attract love with someone who will nurture you. One way to ensure you take better care of yourself while you're looking for love is to set time aside where you commit to doing things you love and enjoy. Self-care is crucial, and it's important to enjoy your life that you're living. Once again, you don't have to suffer for love. There's an old saying that by the Buddha, I believe, that pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. I'm learning how to suffer less, to enjoy more, and also let in that I am worthy of feeling good and being joyful, even if it hasn't been my norm. That's okay. This is one of the ways that I love myself. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Look at the underlying assumptions that you hold back, limiting beliefs that might block you from finding love. Write them down, identify where they come from. Most importantly, write down a contradictory belief that you can use to turn them into a daily affirmation. Embrace and trust that you have the answers within. Yep. That's a beautiful tactic right there. There's Byron Katie's The Work that is very similar to that, of like writing down a statement and then challenging that statement of like, is that statement true? Can you be absolutely certain that it's true? Who do you perceive yourself to be, or how do you feel when you think that particular thought? And who would you be if you couldn't think that thought anymore? And then there's a creating a turnaround statement of like, usually like creating an opposite or something different that goes in opposition to that old thought that you're looking to let go of. And then looking for examples of where in your life is that new thought already true and already present. There is evidence that you can go and find for anything in your life, good or bad, happy or miserable. What do you want to look up? What do you want to focus on? How do you want your reality to be? For we don't actually relate to reality as it is. We mostly just relate to reality as we perceive it to be. So in summary, expect the unexpected. Embrace the uncertainty. That's the beauty of love. You might not find a love quite where and when you expected it. Keep an open mind and be alert to signs around you. These might come in the forms of coincidences, repeated imagery, or chance meanings. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Be still in the very moment. Again, that was chapter by Alex Jarvis. Thank you for joining me for chapter 2. We'll be continuing on, and I look forward to sharing my insights. Anything that comes up for you, I invite you to put down into the comments. I'm interested and curious to know what this is bringing up for you. And also let me know in the comments if you would like me to go through and make a separate video doing some of these exercises in the action steps, so you can both have it modeled and also get to know me more on a deeper level. Until we see each other again, you are loved and all is well. Bye for now.